And we're good? Alright, let's try to get in here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome. What is happening? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. Just gonna turn that down a tad. Hello. So, just a little heads up, guys. This is just going to be a quick stream. This isn't going to be anything too crazy. We're going to probably do this for about maybe an hour. Keep it pretty tight. Namely because I've got a lot going on before Star Wars and before Christmas. But a couple of updates to give you guys right now. At the moment, I am currently, I just finished up March's episode. So March's episode is pretty much done. And I'm going to go on to April's episode. So I'm already like way in advance. I've also just finished up my Christmas card, the main edit. I'm waiting for a few people to come in and send me some commissions for it, and then it should be out for December 24th for Christmas Eve. A little something for you guys, and then yeah, just prepping for next week for episode 3, the big premiere, the big event. It's like a week. We're a week away. The lights at the end of the tunnel. Like after what, 6-7 months since episode 2, you guys are finally getting episode 3. And I am sorry it took so long. It's mainly just the fact that basically. It took a little longer than expected, essentially. So welcome everybody in the chat. We're just going to ask some questions, answer some questions, and so on. I'm just going to choke you guys for about an hour. Nothing too crazy. But, yeah, that's what we're going to figure out. Actually, Mackie, you could actually... We'll answer some of your questions, but we'll answer them actually next week. I'm just going to make a quick little announcement that Thursday is the premiere of episode 3. However... we're going to do a pre-release press junket on Wednesday's stream. It's going to be a live stream answering Q&As just on Star Wars. So for those who only have questions about this project, that is all we're answering. We're no requests. No, can you review this movie? Can you review that movie? We're going to keep push those, and we're going to focus mainly on Star Wars next week. So if you have any questions and comments, keep them Star Wars themed next week. We're not going to go into any side things or can you answer my request until you say yes? We're not going to do any of that, okay? So we're going to keep that to a bare minimum next week, because that's why we have this week. If you have, like, obviously, you know, puke them up, basically. But that is going to be next week. Please keep that in mind. We might even bring in some cast and crew members for the project who would love to answer your questions, and also we'll set up rules and everything. But yeah, so that's something we're going to be doing next week. So hold your questions, Mac, until next week. But I can't. Again, it will be a non-spoiler Q&A. So if you have any questions about what's going to happen here, we'll save them for after the episode comes out. But we're answering mainly things like, you know, how we worked on it, and what's something exciting. Just stuff like that is what we're going to be doing when that comes out. Oh, I'm sorry, my camera shit. I've got my knee on the table. I have watched some of Rebels, not all of it. Mainly the stuff with Ahsoka and Darth Vader I've seen, and that stuff's phenomenal. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm doing good, guys. Good to see Star Master here, Osiris, Dean, Toon King, welcome. What was your question here? It was, what do you think of a PG-13 animated Disney movie centered around cavemen and dinosaurs? Well, we almost had that with Disney's Dinosaur. I will say April's episode, it's going to be that. It's going to be Disney's Dinosaur in April. And what's cool about that is that I'm actually doing a lot of research, and there's stuff about the movie I didn't know about, and that it was almost a PG-13 dark dinosaur movie, and I think that's actually fascinating. So it's going to be a very informative review, and I'm going to be talking about the movie because it is a very heavily requested movie to cover. So that's one of the big request reviews of the year. So there you go. Let's see here. Let's answer some questions here. I just got to scroll down. How do you rate the Zorro movies? Okay, that's a good question, actually. Also, yes, it is the 30th anniversary of Godzilla vs. Destroya, my favorite Godzilla movie. Still holds up 3 years later. That is a peak finale for the character. I absolutely love Godzilla vs. Destroya. Let's see here. So let's answer this question by JackF5X9B. How do you rank the Zorro movie? So, good question. 1920s Douglas Fairbanks, classic, the OG first of all time. And it's a really good movie. Douglas Fairbanks kills it, and is absolutely amazing. But that's one. I've never seen Don Q, Son of Zorro, so I don't really have an opinion about that. Bold Caballero is like first color Zorro, but it's kind of boring. Love the Tyrone Power film. That film is phenomenal. I love the Walt Disney show. Guy Williams probably peaked Don Diego de la Vega. I haven't seen it. The serials are kind of hit or miss for me. I'm trying to think what else is happening. Was it 1975 Zorro is my favorite of the series. That is my favorite film of them. Alan DeLong is fantastic. Stanley Baker's a great villain. I would say Zorro the Gay Blade is okay. It's trying to ride on the Mel Brooks comedies, but without Mel Brooks, it doesn't really fit that well. I didn't see Zorro. I saw one episode of Zorro and Son. I thought that was okay. New World Zorro from 1990, Duncan Regehr. Great series. Fights are a little off, but good show. The animated series from 1997 that lasted one season. Another great cartoon show. Probably my favorite. Mask of Zorro is probably peak Zorro. That is peak. No movie has gotten that close. And then I know there was like a couple of animated series after that. I didn't care for those. Those sucked. Generation Z sucked. And then The Legend of Zorro. Actually, not a terrible sequel, to be honest. And then we have the TV show, the Latino soap opera show that came out. That was actually not too bad. And then we have there's some new stuff right now that I haven't watched, but all in all, believe it or not, we have not seen a Zorro movie in 20 years. That's actually a record breaker. There hasn't been a film in like 20 years. I think we're due for a new Zorro movie. But good question, right? Films, thank you so much. Also, guys, super chats are always welcome and really appreciated. Let's see here. Are there any movies and shows you think respect stories from the Bible? If so, which ones are your favorite? So, this is going to sound a little bit controversial. I'm not really a religious person, to be honest. I'm not one for it, to be honest, just for personal reasons. I respect people who practice it. I respect people who believe in it, but I've not been the biggest fan, to be honest. However, I will say that there are some films that actually, when it comes to biblical stories, actually do okay. Ten Commandments is one of them. Ben-Hur I actually really liked. I didn't know the whole 4-hour film was a story about that one guy who helped Jesus with the cross. I didn't know you could make a whole cinematic universe out of that. You could make like a whole 4-hour epic out of that film. Ben-Hur is actually really good. Ten Commandments is okay. I like Prince of Egypt. That's another good one. I have seen The Passion. I'm not gonna lie. I'm with South Park. That's a snuff film. That is Mel Gibson's torture fetish for 2 hours. I'm interested to see what he does with the sequel that he's working on. How do you do it? How do you do something like that? I don't know. We'll have to find out. If you want my favorite biblical film, it's between, Prince of Egypt's not bad, but I also like films like Legend. Now, Legend isn't necessarily a biblical film. I know it's a fairy tale, but it does deal with the themes of Adam and Eve, and I think it is one of the better representations of Adam and Eve. Even though Adam and Eve aren't fully adapted, they are symbols. They are a influence. They are a prototype to the story. And with, Tim Curry as the Lord of Darkness, that is like the best on-screen representation of the devil. In my opinion, that. So with me, again, not into biblical films, but there are a few pieces that I'm like, you know what? That was pretty solid. I didn't mind that. That was okay. But there we go. Good question, actually. I've never answered a question like that before. Thank you so much, Eric. Appreciate that. Coming to me, bro, I'm going to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Nice. I've heard the sequels hit or miss, but like people seem to enjoy it overall. Didn't lose anything interesting first few seconds. Nope, not at all. Also, welcome back. Lost Rod Productions. We have seen your take on Kong. Great piece. Looking forward to see what you do next. Hola, Nisa. Good to see you. Have you seen the new episodes of Star Wars Visions? I've only watched the first half of season 1. I do need to catch up on the rest of it. I should do an opening night on Visions at some point. We're doing good, JPEG. Good to see ya. Not JPEG. Tried to ask you earlier, Madagascar celebrating its 20th anniversary. God, that's 20? I'll say this. I actually liked the first one. That was a relatively funny movie. One of DreamWorks' best comedies. I doubt we're ever going to get more of that franchise, given 2 actors don't like each other anymore. But I like the first one. I actually really like. I actually have the soundtrack. Is that good? All the tracks in it, Staying Alive, Chariots of Fire, a lot of great tracks in that, and then also Hans Zimmer's score is great. Zuster's Breakout. Hans Zimmer didn't need to go that hard on Madagascar, but he did, and it was fantastic. Really like that score. Move It will always be stuck in my head. But when it comes to 2, I've only seen 2 once. I thought it was okay. Never saw 3. 3 for me, actually, I was working at a theater at the time it came out. I heard kids liked it. I saw the fireworks sequence, but that's about it. And I've never watched any of the shows. So I'm very much like the first one. I don't know much about the sequels. But again, good opinion question. Let's see here. Had a great birthday 4 days ago. Happy late birthday, Josh. Saw the Titanic exhibit. Oh, that's cool. I've been by that. I walked past that. That was a cool little place. Favorite Super Mario characters? Probably, I mean, I'm more of a Mario guy. I've always been a fan of Mario. I also do like, in terms of minions, I've always liked the plant. I've always liked Yoshi. Yoshi's a really cool character. And Bowser's awesome. I started watching other shows than just Transportation. Yes, sir. I still need to watch it. It's hard to get time to watch it, but this holiday season has been very difficult to get to it. But I will get to Chaos Theory, the final season. I've been avoiding spoilers, but I've heard word of mouth. It's a really good finale. Let's see here. Episode 3 of Register is gonna be epic. Oh, it is. I'll just say this. It's almost 3 hours long. Yeah. It's about an hour and a half review, and then another hour, 15 minutes of plot. So it's gonna be like Ready Player One, essentially. Also, hi, Redland Ranger. Good to see you. Interested in Star Trek Starfleet Academy. So I'm a casual Star Trek fan. I am very much more Team Picard than Kirk. Loved Next Generation growing up with my dad. I thoroughly enjoyed Next Generation. And no, I will not get that Lego set that's $600. Are you out of your mind? But with Next Gen, I was not the biggest Star Trek fan. I like it, I appreciate it, I respect it, I think it is really cool. But to get me to become a Trekkie, even though I've always been born a Lucashound, is kind of crazy. It's funny how my father's a Trekkie, but you know, I was born a Lucashound. So I was born the enemy. I was born the traitor. Back when Star Wars versus Star Trek was a thing. Let's see here. Why do you like the original Lilo and Stitch so much? It's just a good movie. It's just a well thought out, heartfelt film. There's a lot of really good story dynamics and characters to it. It has a very relatable story for a lot of families. Stitch is hilarious. The movie's hilarious. Well animated. It was one of the last great Disney films before it all went to shit. So there you go. It's 20th anniversary of Jackson's remake, but next year is going to be the 50th anniversary. I am well aware. I am not making any promises on doing anything because it's just our schedule's already planning out. I just want to point out, I don't know if I have the paper or not, but where is it? I already wrote up our blueprint vision board. Oh, here it is. I won't show it. I'll show it just very quickly. You can't really see it, but I've written up our year. This is what we do is Honey and I have this thing now to help organize our routines. We every year around the end of December we write up a vision board of everything we want to see happen in the year, the following year, and we put them by categories, and we also do like a 3-wish thing, like very Dragon Ball, and we try to, as we go through it, we cross off what we do. And I've been doing that both with my own personal stuff, but also with my projects. And this is just the stuff of projects I want to do next year, this coming year, 2026. It's all in here. And I've categorized it, I've worked, and it helps me keep track of everything. I mean, even this year, I would say I'm looking at the year right now. We've gotten maybe about 70% completed. We got a 70% score, which isn't too bad. But yeah, that's something that I'm very happy that we've managed to finish up. And yeah, we're already working on 2026. But in terms of COG 76, I'm gonna try. My main goal is actually to celebrate the 10th anniversary of my COG remake, which is having a huge event. So we're going to try to plan something for that. But there you go. I'm developing something I bet you'll love. It's mostly a graphical retelling King Kong based on the novel. Oh, very nice. I want to get released on YouTube. I'm sure you'll love it. Oh, I'd love to see that, man. Sounds fantastic. Oh, I think I know where this is. Not JPEG. Top 3 or 5 Muppet movies. I can answer 3 because I've only seen a few and I thoroughly enjoy them. I'm a bit okay, so like top 3. So number 3 is going to be a bit of a controversy because a lot of people don't like this movie. I think it's hilarious. I love Muppets from Space. Muppets from Space does not get enough love. I think it is hilarious. Has one of the best good morning sequences of any film. Brick House is one of my morning wake-up alarm clocks. Love Muppets from Space. Number 2 is probably going to be Muppet Christmas Carol. I actually do like that film. But number 1 is still, to this day, Muppet Treasure Island. That is peak Muppets. You're not going to get any best in Curry. So there you go. No worries, team. No worries. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I did notice it might be a US thing only, though. Scarlett Johansson is joining the Batman 2. Okay, so everybody recast Catwoman because what's her name is not coming back, which I don't think that's the case because one, the fact she left is fine because the movie ended where like she took off, she disappeared. But my guess, I'm gonna say maybe she's gonna. There's 2 options that fans are floating around. Either Poison Ivy, which I would be down for her playing a version of Pamela Isley, but also the big rumor is, believe it or not, Andrea Beaumont, the Phantasm. So we would be seeing an adaptation of that. Now, why would that be? Because Robert Pattinson did say in interviews when the first one came out, his favorite Batman movie is Mask of the Phantasm. Great choice. Great guy has good taste in Batman movies. So I'm guessing that Scarlett is going to be playing Andrea. And if they adapt that, that's going to be interesting if they could squeeze that in. I would like, and they did say that the villain is going to be somebody new, so I think it might be the Phantasm. That'd be kind of cool if they could adapt that. It's quite fascinating. What are your thoughts on the montage that was cut from Jurassic World? I haven't seen that, so I can't really say. VeggieTales, all I remember, Chuck E. Cheese. That's all I remember is Chuck E. Cheese. Also, you should play your movie at Cheap Fest. We did that in the panel. We had a Q&A panel and everything. I'm actually considering a re-release screening. Home Alone, original sequel to remake. I am much a fan of Home Alone 2. I love the first 2. What was that? Kind of the same opinion I have about Gremlins. I like Gremlins 2 more than Gremlins 1. Let's see. Remember is the game with Michael Douglas. I haven't seen that, but there's one movie I want to see. I can't remember what it's called. I remember Ridley Scott directed it. It's Michael Douglas versus the Yakuza. I actually do want to see that. That looks kind of cool. Here. For Coppola's Dracula. It looks pretty. It looks very Gustav. But that's about it. And also, I don't mind the score. The score is okay. No worries, JPEG. Have a good day. I got the Sailor Monopoly board game for my birthday as well. Nice! Which is based on Sailor Moon S, the 3rd season of the original. That's cool, actually. Is Snow Kaguya in the board game? Because that'd be interesting. Tommy Wasourus Rex. There you go. Tommy Wasourus. There. Wasourus Rex. Oh, hi, Hammond. I mean, actually really funny. Let's see here. I didn't know they were inbred, really. Well, I mean, like, the thing is, most creatures on Skull Island are because of this thinking is a very small process. I haven't heard about that, actually, Tuna King. Is that the Dracula thing? Because I'm hearing Dracula's getting a theme park in Europe, not in Orlando. I haven't watched the final season of Chaos Theory, and I've started watching season 3. I've only have one more. Nice, nice. We'll be able to link up, hopefully. What if Mulan and Hunchback didn't do sequels at all, instead their own original animated series? It still would have sucked. I would have given the latter to Mulan, but Hunchback, you just can't. I'm sorry. Doubt it. Unless we get, like, I mean, there are great fan films out there that do that. My favorite is just Galactic Battles, which is Star Trek, Star Wars, Halo, Mass Effect, I think. And I don't know what else, but I think they all culminate into one thing. And there's a great exchange between Captain Kirk and Han Solo, which I really like. When they're all, like, making contact with each other, saying they come in peace. And the last one to make one is LIVESTREAM. He's like, this is Captain Solo of the Millennium Falcon. We tailed in from the Empire and found ourselves here. And then Captain Kirk's just like, Empire? And he looks at Spock and he's like, what's your position of origin, Captain Solo? He's like, well, from where I see, a galaxy far, far away. I'm like, oh. That's so cringy, but I don't care. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's fantastic. That is a great Star Wars, Star Trek fandom. I also like there's a Lego Star Wars with Star Trek that's out that's like from eons ago, like 20, 30 years ago, and that's another fantastic short film. If you want your Star Wars with Star Trek, yeah. Start watching Nickelodeon Cartoon Network shows in 2000s. Nice. Now, with the, okay, so let's answer the burning question at Netflix merger. So I prefer Netflix over Paramount, for starters. I mean, yeah, there's when it comes to that whole ordeal, guys, here's my opinion. I think it is a very decent mentality. It is a very much a, no matter what, it's a lose-lose scenario. So for me, I think, honestly, Netflix is the safer bet. It's the least painful poison. And there are opportunities with this. Like, if this does go through, there's a chance HBO Max might merge with it, and then I can get HBO Max stuff, which is nice. And then on top of that, no Kaguya, okay, that sucks. On top of that, get all of Cartoon Network onto Netflix, and I'm a happy boy, because then I can watch all my favorite shows: Dexter's Lab, Ed and Eddie, Cow and Chicken, Powerpuff Girls, Johnny Bravo. We can watch those on Netflix without any issues. I think that would be a really cool idea, a safe bet. I do think they should expand their movies releases. I don't think they should do like a 2-week period. I think they should do more. Because, just in my opinion. Let's see here. I hope I'm coming back to G-Fest. Yes, I am aware recently the voice of Sheen died. Rest in peace. Jimmy Neutron, I remember watching a bit as a kid, a bit of a teenager, humorous moments. I love Steve Odekirk's work. I think he is a relatively funny person. I think he has great humor. With Jimmy Neutron, it's kind of the thing is with Jimmy Neutron, it was only made for like a certain generation, millennials and 2000s kids, meant to stay around for that long. And it's a capsule of the 2000s era of kid shows. It was sort of the bridging between the 90s potty mouth humor and the technological advances of now with CG. And for what it was an okay show. I love the crossover with Fairly Odd Parents. I thought that was crazy. I really dug a couple episodes in the early show, and I liked the movie. The movie was actually pretty solid. Would you rather get a King Kong versus Frankenstein or PJ King Kong Universe or King Kong the Apes Season 3? Latter, I'd rather see King Kong versus Frankenstein, to be honest. Did you know Die Hard was supposed to be Commando 2? Oh, really? Oh, that would have been funny if see Arnold go, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. That'd be funny. My favorite Muppet movies are Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, Muppets 2011. You know, I've never seen the 2011 Muppets. I have to watch that. What's your opportunity? What's your opinion on this documentary, Planet Dinosaur? I haven't seen it. I've actually never seen that. If you go support me on Patreon, you could actually get me to do that. Let's see here. Let's just scroll down a little bit. If you were to pick a good follow-up, what would it be? A canon sequel to Stitch Has a Glitch or a non-canon TV series? Are they animated or are they live action? Because if they're live action, no. And I would just not. I'm one of those people who thinks Lilo and Stitch didn't need to be a franchise. When it was on, I didn't care. The sequels, I didn't care. I never watched. Never watched the show. I know about the crossovers, but I never sat there. I only saw the first one, and that's all I need, really. Jordan, quick question, and it's an interesting question to yours. And I say this with humorous effect. What the fuck is Coordination Street? What the fuck is that? Let's see here. As 2000s kids, I threw some of the coolest stuff from that era in the Halo series. Yeah, it was good. I'll say this about the Jimmy Neutron movie, theaters, actually, when it came out. I thought it was actually pretty entertaining. And I love the creative vision of it. But I also really like the soundtrack. Remember, I'm glad sometimes movies still do it, where they take pop songs and they put them on the album. But there was something about that, like those 90s albums that really had a great, like, they were like mixtapes. And they had some good mixtapes in them. Like, I remember with Jimmy Neutron, they had, what's that song? Like, like, that was a good track. And then that cover of Kids in America, that's the best version. That's the only one people know now. Because, like, in the old day, I think there was one before it, I think. But that's the best one. That's actually a really good one. Nickelodeon movies actually did have some decent soundtracks. Like, I think in the Jimmy Neutron soundtrack, didn't they have, like, what is it? What's that song? I can't remember what's called. Dirty Pop. They have that in Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, Coordination Starscream. I haven't seen that. I don't know what it is. But yeah, with a lot of that, it's really interesting. Actually, Gum, I want to just tell you right now, I wouldn't worry about that. Peter Cullen and Frank Walker are doing great, and here's why. There was a recent event that they were at a small Comic-Con that they were at for Transformers. And of all people to show up out of fucking nowhere, Shia LaBeouf showed up to the con and actually reunited with Peter Cullen and Frank. He might have met Frank, but because Frank wasn't Megatron in the first three. I think he was Soundwave at one point because he was just doing his Dr. Claw voice. But he met up with Peter Cullen. And I think Peter recognized him. You see his face, it's almost like he's saying, "Oh, Sam." So I'm actually like, I thought that was cool of Shia LaBeouf to do. Shia LaBeouf's hit or miss for me as an actor, but, you know, when he actually does good things, like, you know what, that's pretty fucking cool. And there are rumors. He's coming back for the next Transformers movie. Now, here's the thing with what's going on. What I've heard, they've canceled the G.I. Joe crossover. They're going straight into doing a follow-up sequel with Michael Bay. Michael Bay's going to write and direct it. They're just going to do Transformers. What are we at now? 6 or 7 they're doing now. So it's going to be interesting if they do another movie, like if they're going to do another follow-up to the Bay movies. Yeah, it's like guys. So with the with that, so yeah, they're there was a recent story about how Shia LaBeouf showed up at a Comic-Con. So apparently he was at this Comic-Con out of nowhere, hung out with Peter Cullen. In fact, they just had him come on and say, "Hey, you want to sign out?" I think he was signing autographs for free too. He's making it for. And a kid or somebody came up to him and said, "Are you going to be in the next Transformers?" And Shia LaBeouf said, "I'm actually working on it, trying to get in." So I think there are talks. There are talks to do a proper follow-up to at least the first 3 Transformers movies. Now, I'll just rank them quickly. I love the first one. The first one's actually not too bad. It's a solid summer blockbuster. Hate the second one. Second one, the worst part about that, the writing. The writing is awful, and also the production is awful. The budget, the effects look terrible, cheap. I don't like how it's too dark, and also I don't like how offensive it is. I actually really like the third one. The third one was a dark epic. That is how you do dark. Dark and epic. Grand finale. If that was the end of it, that's great. I didn't see 4 and 5 because 4 and 5 I heard were hot garbage. and I'm not gonna go see that. I think even Michael Bay detests those movies. And then Bumblebee was okay, too much 80s, and then Rise of the Beast was fantastic. That is my personal favorite. But Transformers 1 was also pretty good. Now, I'm curious what they're going to do next. And, you know, like, hey, Paramount, you lost out to Warner Brothers. You're kind of... You had a good start with Top Gun Maverick. You were coming back, and then you're dipping again. So what are you doing? I think doing a Transformers movie is essentially an insurance safe bet because they're basically trying to get back in the good graces of people. So we'll see how Transformers does. So I'm curious how that's going to go. Okay. Sorry, just have to DM somebody. I think a G.I. Joe crossover is just in limbo. Yeah, like, I think... But it would not surprise me if they pulled the plug on it, and that would suck. So yeah, so the rumor is he's gonna come back, and basically I think what they might even do, I wouldn't be surprised if Michael Bay does this, that was what is it, Age of Extinction and the fifth one, The Last Night. It would not shock me if he ignores those movies, because those movies sucked. Those movies were hot garbage. I am curious what they're going to be doing with the next Transformers. So let's see how it does. And the opportunity, because you didn't do it the last time, Bay. Call this one Transformers. Just do it. I think it'd be kind of fun. Good marketing push. So there we go. I would say Rise of the Beast above Bumblebee. The problem with Bumblebee is too much 80s. It's flying off the Stranger Things overreach of the 80s, in my opinion. Yeah, I think Internet Archive now has it. I think I have 2 drafts. I have the 2 drafts of Calling 96, but I think I only have 1 draft of The Legend of King Kong. And I think it's the final draft. That's the only one I own. Is the final draft of that script. So I think it is on archive somewhere. It's digital. Let's see here. Trying to answer a few more questions here. Yeah, because again, we're only going for an hour, guys. It's just to kind of keep you guys entertained. I did not know about that. That's interesting. If DNA was canon in the Jurassic Park World Universe, that would have been really cool. Or DIN. What's DIN? Is that? I can't remember if that in the book. I can't remember what that was. How do you rank the last 2 G.I. Joe movies? I did not like the first one. I actually saw that at a cheap ticket price at a theater that was pretty small. It's unique for its architecture. I thought it was not good. It's not one of Stephen Sommers' best movies. I see all the Mummy cameos and I'm annoyed. I don't think Marlon Wayans is good for an action star. I think he's better in his comedies with his brother. I felt it was all over the place. It had its moments, though. Like, okay, you know what? Dennis Quaid as General Hawk, good casting. The Baroness looked good. Snake Eyes looked good. Everything else, I said, that's not G.I. Joe. Why does Cobra Commander look like that? That looks awful. Destro, I thought looked good too. Destro looked solid by the end of it. Retaliation, still the best G.I. Joe movie. Like, still the best one. Now, granted, I have never seen the original. I've never seen the original G.I. Joe movie. I heard it's riding on the tail end of the Transformers movie, so there's some issues with it, but I've seen the opening. It is pretty cool. But that is, like, Retaliation is still the best G.I. Joe movie. It's a Fast and Furious movie with the G.I. Joe skin on it. And on top of that, best was in Retaliation. Cobra looked so intimidating in that. He was so fucking cool. Love Cobra in that film. But that's my favorite Cobra Commander. I'm waiting for another follow-up. I'm waiting for more of this universe. It sucks they don't utilize it. I thought Retaliation was fantastic. And then to a personal favorite G.I. Joe thing I like. Here's the thing with G.I. Joe. I didn't grow up with it as a kid. I was totally oblivious to it. It wasn't until the internet I figured out what the fuck G.I. Joe was. And I was introduced to it actually by the Fine Brothers. Now, the Fine Brothers, I don't know what the fuck they're doing now. They're kind of obsolete now. But the Fine Brothers, I remember they did a action figure miniseries, online series, called G.I. Joe, The Epic Saga. Now, I remember watching it for its weird crossovers and very South Park humor. But what's funny about this G.I. Joe series, first of all, it actually got banned because Hasbro filed a cease and desist in them while they were on the tail end of the third run. It only lasted for 3 seasons, or in this case, it's kind of 3 mini-movies, and if you splice them together, it's about a 3-hour piece. But they filed the cease and desist. They actually had to stop airing the show on the internet, and it kind of became this niche on the internet, and that's what it kind of is now, as a niche. And what's funny is that they used to do other action figure series after that. They did a Lost show, they did some skits with like Toy Story, and then here's what happened was, as soon as they got into the Reaction series, which became their flagship show, they actually had to erase from existence all of their action figure series. I think I know why. Because going from G.I. Joe to Lost to the other stuff, a lot of that humor is extremely raunchy humor. It is humor that would, I would say this, if I were to do a video essay on these guys and talk about the G.I. Joe movie, I would call it the G.I. Joe movie that would get the Fine Brothers canceled today. Because it is a movie that would get them canceled big time. The humor is pure, raw, wild 2000s humor. There's a lot of language that you can't say today. There's words that they would get canceled for 100%. There's humor that is very, whoa, you made a joke like that, in that, like, today, no, you can't make a joke. It was insane. So but I love it for that. I like the humor. I like the humor for its, like, the balls to go there, but also, I like the crossover stuff. It's really funny. So, if you ever find G.I. Joe, The Epic Saga, I think it is on the internet. Check it out, watch it. It's kind of insane that the Fine Brothers did this. Anyway, thank you so much, Honey Bear, for that super chat. Love you so much. Bless your heart. You're awesome. Guys, keep those super chats running. We still got 20 minutes. But yeah, so really appreciate that, Bear. Guys, while we're at it, let me go to a website here. Hang on a sec. What is the this website here? Hang on. Gotta find this thing. Oh man. Give me a second. I'm gonna plug in, Bear. Hang on a sec. What's the name of it? Oh, I had the link to it. Let me go to my history. One moment. But we're gonna plug in, Bear. Give me a moment. Just bear with me. Let's see here. No. Oh, yep, here we go. I'm gonna plug in, Bear. Hang on a sec. He-Man is okay. Not really my cup of tea. I like the Masters of the Universe movie. But I'm actually kind of curious how this one's gonna do, this new one. Let's see here. Share screen. Alright, let's get this here. Okay, guys. Holiday season's up. You want to buy your family something really cool? Well, check this out. Let me just get ready. Let me just get you guys off screen here. Let me show myself. If you guys are interested in coming down to this or buying something for your family for Christmas, if you go to existenceisenough.com, the shop, you can get this amazing hoodie. It is a collaboration with Honey Bear's company, ResiliencyandMe.com. And you can get this really nice sweater that has this really nice quote here. You're strong enough to overcome everything. That is actually me modeling for that, by the way. And you can get this for your family. Definitely buy yourself a sweater. These sweaters are extremely nice. They are really good, really comfortable, actually. I thoroughly think they're extremely comfortable, especially with the cold weather right now. I think it would be a relatively good idea to have one of these. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to put a link in the chat so you guys can buy one. Honey Bear would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it. Go check out these sweaters. For anybody in the chats, please do so. Honey Bear, we always appreciate you supporting us, so we're here to support you. But link in the chat, guys, if you are interested in buying a sweater, it definitely would come in handy. So there you go. But yeah, so just gonna plug in Bear there, and if you need some more, go get those sweaters. They're really good. They're not. I mean, listen, they're a good price, and they're very comfortable. They're worth the money. So there you go. Let's see here. Yep, Gum gets it. I'm Captain Planet. Ooh, Captain Planet. Ooh, Captain Planet. Iconic meme. Iconic meme. I got you, Bear. All good. Here's a joke. Rudolph the jackass reindeer. Yeah, he's an asshole. But watch. He never got picked by Santa. He never got picked, and he ends up, like, becoming an alcoholic asshole. I would actually watch that. That'd be really funny. Played by Billy Bob Thornton from Bad Santa. There you go. I would love that. That'd be hilarious. Just look at Santa like, Santa, you're a fat fucking asshole who never gave me a chance. Daughter took my girl. My dad. What is wrong? Or you get Hugh Jackman to voice Rudolph. That'd be really funny. He's basically Wolverine with Rudolph. I mean, John Goodman's already played Santa, so let's get like somebody else. I'm trying to think of who could play Santa today. That'd be funny. Oh, nice, Iceland. That's awesome. I've got fans all over the place. Iceland, Switzerland. You know what's funny? I haven't heard from any fans in Japan yet. Like, I'd be curious of how Japanese fans feel about my content, sending them in chat. So yeah, I know a few in Scotland too. If you're Scottish, Scots have come in. Yeah, I mean, I am actually descendant is Scottish. My family stands for the Buchanan clan of Scotland. So it's good to see some of my lads, the Highlanders, up in Scotland. No worries, Bear. Take your time getting home. Or you are home, right? Okay. Just get home safe. I just got back from Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and I'm gonna say it's not very great, but diehard fans are gonna enjoy it. Okay, so I know it's been out for a bit. I'll give a minor spoiler that I don't know any. I know fuck all about Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, I know fuck all about it. The lore, characters' names, nothing. All I see is the bear, the rabbit, and that creepy clown doll. And the only other thing I like from it, the only thing I know about it, it's a Chuck E. Cheese parody, and I love Chuck E. Cheese, but I've never played Five Nights at Freddy's. I also do know it kind of gave birth to the found footage genre on YouTube with all those amazing Jurassic Park like found footage films, which are terrifying. But when it comes to Five Nights at Freddy's, in fact, can we get like Five Nights at Jurassic Park? That would be a good game. Five Nights at Freddy's, it's not a fan base, not something I've fully embraced. But I will say that goddamn fan song, Join Us For, will not leave my head. It is catchy. It is good. I'm surprised they don't play it on the radio. And you know what I'm also surprised? That the movie didn't pick it up. It is probably the most popular song from the game. And it's fan-made. That's probably why they can't show it. It's fan-made. But at the same time, it's like, give the people who made it an audience. People love that song. So why not, like, actually embrace it and actually make it part of the canon and actually, like, do something with that? Now, I do know that the character, that clown doll character, does show up in a cameo in the film, in an appearance in the sequel. So all I ask is Universal, Blumhouse, if you make part 3, the fucking song better be in the movie. I'm just saying, if you put that song in the movie, not just in the movie, you make a new cover of it, you put it in the trailers. As soon as you put that in the trailers, fans are going to go crazy. But you put it in the movie, oh, you're going to make double the money you made on this one. You're going to make some serious money. It will not leave your head. It's like the DuckTales theme. It is that good. I really like that song. I think that's the other thing I like about Five Nights at Freddy's. That song will not go away. It is a good, and I wish they could incorporate it into the franchise. So that's all I know about Five Nights at Freddy's. So I don't know if I would watch the movies. I don't know if I'd play the games, but I do. You know what? The fandom, I'm not gonna lie, The fandom's not too toxic, but you know what? They make some pretty cool cosplays. They make some pretty cool animatronic pieces. I'm actually thoroughly impressed with what they can do with that kind of stuff. So you know what? Kudos to the fandom. Maybe I'll get into it at some point, but you know what? Not really my forte right now. But I do kind of like that y'all are having a good time. Y'all are having a really fun time and enjoying yourselves, you know? So there you go. I'll say this. I may not be part of the family, but I am a friend of the animatronic family. I think that's as close as you're gonna get with me. But there you go. Megan Fox is in it? What? Okay, I guess she's a fan of the series. Interesting. I know you hate the movie because it's one of the reasons the '96 movie got canceled. But thoughts on Godzilla the series? I've seen bits of the show. The show's not that bad. That's the thing with Godzilla '98. I've warmed up to it. Okay, is it a Godzilla movie? No, it's Asian. But as a monster movie, it's fucking kick-ass. Like, it's a fun '90s monster movie. And for that, I actually give it a pass. And on top of that, it's Roland Emmerich's best movie. I fucking hate Roland Emmerich. I don't like a single ounce of his films. I hate Independence Day. I hate 2012. I hate The Day After Tomorrow. I do not like his movies. I actually fundamentally do not like his films. Not even Stargate. But you know what? Godzilla '98, probably his best work because he takes the disaster movie stuff and he does something actually cool with it. Like the whole Independence. The problem with Independence Day is that it's overrated and it's also overrated. But everything else, like I saw 2012 in theaters and I'm like, this is awful. This is absolutely awful. So for me, it's like, you know what? Godzilla is the only one I can actually really enjoy. I can actually be very entertained by, and the animated series is a good expansion of that. So there you go. Okay, I didn't know Raymer was that. That's interesting. Yeah, I know. Again, I know it's messy, so it's probably why I won't get into it. And here's the thing: I've been watching those Godzilla horror films. And they actually give me jump scares on par with something you'd see in Five Nights at Freddy's, which is why I'm advocating that, you know what? Let's get a Five Nights at Freddy's Jurassic Park themed game. Now, let's get a Jurassic Park game, but it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Basically, just do Five Nights at Freddy's, that game, that style, but make it Jurassic Park. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Make it about, a security guard. Like a security guard who looks at the monitors, and he sees all the dinosaurs, and all his crew died, and there's something he can do, and he has to stay alive until the raptors finally find him and kill him. Or something. I think that'd be interesting. What if you have to be in this watchtower and you have to overlook this lab facility, this big spacious lab facility, and you have to look at the monitors, and then you see all the dinosaur shit go down, and you're doing everything and either the small animals kill you by getting into the door of the office of the control room and killing you, or a big predator, like a T-Rex or something, comes into the lab and looks around, and then he sees you in the window and then he breaks through the window. Just something like that would be really cool for a video game. I would actually be down to play that. Oh really? That's cool actually. They were at that game. I don't know. I don't know if you can really go back and change that for a film that's over 70 years old. So yeah, I know it's a pretty crazy lore, but there you go. I want a Five Nights at Freddy's video game, but with Jurassic Park. No worries. Have a good dinner, man. Enjoy. I gotta make mine soon. I'm making myself a nice grilled steak. Actually, what I do is I'll make my steak. So first thing I actually do is, and then I in the frying pan, take the bacon off. I actually cook my steak in the bacon grease, and it actually gives it extra flavor. I'm also gonna make some fried mushrooms and onions. I'm really good at, and then probably gonna make a Caesar salad, and that's probably my dinner tonight. Let's see here. Which movie is that? I felt kind of uncomfortable paying for it and watching it in theaters because the creator of the series is. Wait, what? Five Nights at Freddy's? Really? Huh. I mean, in that case, you listen. Here's the thing with controversies like that. So, if you're a fan of something, and then you find out the person who made it is a total dipshit, then that is actually a justified reason to, like, basically become a filthy pirate. Because if you don't want to fund this thing, if you don't want to fund what they do, because of your beliefs and because it goes against yours, and you still want to watch the content, which is totally fine. Like, that's totally okay. You are allowed to like what you like, even if the people who make it are flawed, right? You're allowed to. Okay, prime example. Like, I don't like J.K. Rowling. I think she is a hack writer. I think she is a total bitch. I think she deserves to go back on the streets, in my opinion. Yeah, I will go that far. I will literally say, you know what? That's how she started. She was homeless, and then she came up with the story about Harry Potter, and then she became a multimillionaire. Yeah, sorry, go back in the fucking street. That's my opinion. Rough, but yeah. The way you've been acting, you deserve to be back on the streets, bitch. But you know what? I still get entertained by Harry Potter. I still like the movies. I've never read the books, but I still like the movies, and you know what? I like the theme park stuff. But outside of that, I separate the art from the artist. And for me, like, I don't mind the movies. I don't mind the rides. Don't like the writer. And when it comes to if there was a new Harry Potter thing, there was a new movie, the whole cast and everything, not that shitty, not the HBO Max pointless remake, don't care. But if there was like a new Harry Potter, if they were to do an actual Harry Potter and the Cursed Child movie, okay? If they were to actually do that, and she was involved, heavily involved, I would be a filthy pirate. I would make sure my ticket's covered. I would make sure I'm not paying a single cent to her. And that's where I stand. So that's the thing. If you like Five Nights at Freddy's and the creator's an asshole or whatever fandom you're in, if you still like it, that's okay. But if you don't want to support the creator, then you're a pirate. Just do that. No shame. You can still like your thing, but you're also making a stand. Is appropriate social justice, in my opinion. Don't fight on the internet. Fight with your wallet. Don't fight with a keyboard. Fight with your wallet. That's totally 100% okay. So there's my stance on that. Like, I am very much a open-minded person. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you are allowed to make very appropriate ways of fighting without resorting to being a keyboard warrior, without resorting to being, I'm a victim and I'm constantly offended. There are healthier ways to fight this shit without becoming the stereotype that the people you're fighting see you as, is all I'm saying. Exactly, Gum. Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Listen, yeah, sometimes you gotta be a pirate. Sometimes pirate's life is the only way through. Like, listen, if Will Turner in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies saved Elizabeth the manual way, it would have failed. You could have gotten to the Black Pearls if you had to hire a pirate. You had to become a pirate. That's the only way. So you know what? That's my philosophy. You know, that just has to happen sometimes in life, guys. You know, like, picking sides is pointless. I'm at that age. It's funny because I'm 33. I'm technically the age that Harrison Ford was when he played Han Solo in Star Wars. And, you know, when you're a kid, you always want to be Luke Skywalker. You want to be the Grand Jedi Knight. And, you know, and then when you're in your adult years, you either have to choose the Rebels or the Empire, the Republic or the Separatists. No, at my age, I choose to be the mercenary pirate. Now I'm much more in line with Han Solo. Very cynical, self-aware, and looking out for yourself and not for other people. You know, I'm literally where he was in A New Hope. Oh, it's not over yet. It is for me, sister. I ain't in this for your revolution, okay? I ain't expect to be well paid. I'm in it for the money. And you know what? Yeah, if money's all you love, that's what you'll receive, and that's okay. So, you know, it's like, I'm at that age where I choose to be the mercenary pirate because, you know, Han Solo kind of figured it out. He knew if he picked sides, nobody would like him. So it's just best to be neutral and not, you know, end up like going down rabbit holes of either side, because either side is flawed. So that's the thing. I think when you hit your 30s, you start to become very cynical about the world. You start to not care. You only look out for yourself in hopes that what you build will build a better future, I guess is my philosophy. So for me, it's like, right now I'm in my pirate stage. You know, like, it's all good for the right price. It's all good, you know? Or like, you know, you're either Han Solo or you're Boba Fett. You're Han Solo because you're just taking a gig and running, or you're Boba Fett. You're getting down and dirty, and you're doing it for full price. So that's sort of where I'm at. And it's funny. I think that's what we should end the stream with, a nice little lesson there about life. I'll answer this last question. Or actually, no, that's all good there. But yeah, I'm very much gonna probably call it a night. We're gonna wrap things up. I'm gonna answer 3 more questions. Nothing controversial, guys. I think we've done enough tonight. But it's interesting that let's see here. Creator Five Nights at Freddy's not involved with the franchise that comes from. Okay, yeah. So there's something about the Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay, well, take my advice, and you know, you're allowed. Listen, if you like a franchise, but you don't like the person who runs it because he turns out to be an asshole, just be a pirate. Just be a pirate, and you can still support the content without giving him a cent. But there you go. So, yeah, that's all it is, Star Master. Is like, listen, when you hit my age, you start to learn shit as you go along. And you can my only thing I do is I try to pass it on to younger generations before they hit my age, where they can learn that now. I'd rather them learn it like at that age so they can be ahead of the curve. You know, being ahead of the curve is very important in life. If you're not ahead of the curve, you're fucked. So that's why I'm actually glad with Star Wars that I finished it 3 months early. Because now that I'm like 3 months and 3 weeks ahead of schedule, I am way ahead of the race for 2026. So there we go. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Really appreciate y'all coming in. This was just a short Q&A, short little chill talk time to schedule. Really appreciate everybody coming in for this. This was fun. Having a nice chillax conversation, because next week is when we get the ball rolling. So what to expect for the rest of the week? Expect this every day. And then expect a new exclusive clip for episode 3 Friday, followed by the countdown premiere. The premiere of episode 3, remember this, guys, will be Thursday, December 18th at 9 o'clock. Or not 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So Wednesday, December 18th, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, EST, our time, which is now 6:23. It's going to be at 7 o'clock, so everybody can have their dinner, settle in, because this is a 3-hour event. So pack your shit, sit down, relax, get a snack, make sure you get all that. That will be on Thursday. A week tomorrow, December 18th, 7 p.m. Put it in your calendars. But before that, Wednesday, we are going to have a Q&A, a press junket Q&A for Star Wars. So if you have any questions about Star Wars only, not can you review this, what's your opinion on this thing that isn't Star Wars, it's all Star Wars stuff, will be the center focus next week's live stream as for episode 3. Non-spoilers for it. And we might even bring some of the cast and crew in live, and we'll answer all your questions, and it'll be really fun. A nice little press junket before the premiere. Probably make it about an hour and a half long, but overall, we're going to have a good time. And we're going to, really get down to hyping this thing up, because I am thoroughly excited for episode 3. I think you guys are really going to be shocked by what you see. You're also going to be incredibly entertained by this one. Outside of that, we got some other stuff coming up as well. Christmas card on the 24th of December. But all in all, this might actually be the last main basic stream of the year. Because after the Star Wars stream, I'm taking 2 weeks because I need Christmas vacation. But yeah, so this is kind of the last stream of the main basic stream of the year. And it's fun. I know I didn't do many this year, but honestly, this was fun. This was a good year to do streams. But I really appreciate everybody coming in. Again, guys, don't forget to support our Patreon. Just so more, we'll get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. And last but not least, before we kick off, guys, go to this website. I'm going to remove you guys here from the chat thing here. Hold on. Guys, go check out this website. Existence in it is enough. Get yourself a sweater from Resiliency and me, Honey Bear's company. She would really appreciate the support. You can buy it on this website. I'm going to actually link you guys in here once more before we go, just so you guys know where to buy these hoodies. Supplies last, but if you guys are interested, I did model for this as well. But there you go. I would highly recommend these sweaters. They are extremely comfortable, and they are absolutely wonderful. So once again, a huge thanks to Honey Bear for getting these sweaters off the ground, for us modeling for them. It's really fun. But yeah, that's where we're going to end the stream, guys. So until the next video, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. It's BigJackFilms signing off, and I will see you guys next week live for the press junket of Star Wars Episode 3. It's going to be really fun. We're going to have a good time, and I'll see you guys at the premiere. So until next time, I'll see you later. Take it easy, and